Good evening. I, Priyanshu Dehaldar of Truth Unfold, will be hosting today's interview with a very enthralling interviewee, Mr. Vipul Sipani. Mr. Sipani, how are you?
Thank you, Priyanshu, for your introduction. This lovely introduction. I'm very good. You say how you?
I'm fine. This evening's guest is the founder of India Shorts, Business Upturn, Sports Digest, UK Newshour, US Newshour, and many other news websites. He is an experienced public relations officer. Mr. Sipani completed his graduation in BCA, focused on computer science from Government Engineering College, Bikaner. He also has experience in the information technology and service industry. Mr. Sipani's news media startup, Business Upturn, registered an astounding 25 million hits in the year 2020, which is the highest by far recorded by any startup media company in the pandemic. Mr. Vipul Sipani, thank you for joining us today. So shall we begin with the interview?
Sure, Priyanshu, sure, we can start.
Yeah. Okay. Besides the information that was portrayed in the introduction, is there anything that you would like to mention or add regarding yourself or the work or the organization you're associated with?
It was absolutely good.
Okay. Thank you. So for the question answer segment, firstly, I would like to ask you that has this pandemic affected you personally and maybe your work?
No, it hasn't. Basically, I started my this startup business called Business Upturn in pandemic only. So I started it before pandemic. Like I started in November 2019, and then it went really well. Like it has changed my life because earlier I was doing PR for some celebrities and entertainment industry, some movies and web series. Later, I decided to now completely pursue my career in this news journalism and news media thing because this is very fascinating and I have understood it very well now since I was publisher. So I had a bit of idea about how we should frame in news. So basically it helped me to run a website. Basically I started Business Upturn to help some of my journalist friends, so because they lost their job during the pandemic. So I thought it would help them to keep on writing content for themselves, for their clients. So but eventually it turned out to be a successful media startup, and later we kept on creating new sites and launching new panels, portals on in India and abroad. So it's like it hasn't affected my life in a bad way. It has affected my life in very good way.
Great to hear. Pandemic has, we know that pandemic has incurred very employment in the employment sector, the loss and all, but to hear that it's very great. Moving on, you've been working with a lot of websites altogether. How difficult is it to manage them, especially in the pandemic situation?
Like to be very personal, it's not difficult to manage a lot of sites. It depends upon your clarity in mind. Like if I am running, let's say I am right now, I am just handling around 15 to 20 sites, including some of on contract. So I'm not feeling any difficulty. Like I started with one, and then eventually, when I understood that how these things works, launched second site, third site, fourth site, then international, then acquired a site, and I have some sites on contract. So it's not difficult. All you need is a good team. If you have a good team, you can rely on them. So I focus on basically marketing and quality, and the team rest assured that the content is continuously uh, created on all the portals to keep them alive. So it's not like difficult. All you need is a good team, good editors, sub editors, and good team of writers who understand news and they understand timeliness of this news, any particular news. So that's important, and my team is quite well in this thing. So we are doing quite good, and there is no like difficulty in our operations. Even we are doing work on 15 plus sites.
Great, great. There are a lot of news portals nowadays. How do you distinguish yourself? Like Business Upturn got a huge profit and all, and so how do you distinguish yourself from the other news portals?
So to correct, we haven't made a lot of profit because we didn't started to make a good amount of profit. We just started to help several people, several journalists from my connection when I was doing PR, they lost their jobs, the journalist friends. So I started it with for a cause, and then eventually turned out to be a successful venture. But we didn't make money because that time we didn't know that we can make so much of money of this much of traffic. Like 25 million is a huge number. But we since we were new and we didn't know that how to monetize that audience, we lost a lot. We didn't earn a lot of revenue at that time. But now, since we have understood now, but still we are not running for money. We know that the quality and the creation of content matters a lot. So we are just trying to make a difference between other portals and ourselves, even though we are now in hunt of like making revenue for ourselves, because eventually we have to pay salaries to our staff and to people to run operations on the site. We need to pay hosting and some other expenses. So yes, you need some money, but money is not on like on a priority to run the site.
Yeah,
And
profit in
like
my sense, I was looking for the viewership. Like 25 million was, as a
yeah,
startup, is
like
a great
now we are
initiative.
like just trying to create new milestones in us for ourselves, like to back ourselves, to back my team, to show my team that we can do a lot good. Even like some of our articles are ranking higher than any news publication in India for good traffic. Like there are some kind of keywords. I don't know if technically you understand that, but there are some keywords which has more than thousand or lakhs of hits every month. So we are trying to rank keywords on Google, which can bring traffic to our website. So technically, we are right now focusing on bringing a lot of traffic on a website and just to enjoy. Like we are not in hurry to make a lot of revenue, but if you have some traffic, you will definitely make some money.
Great. You, if I'm not wrong, you recently acquired a 5-year-old Canadian news portal,
Yeah.
NovaScotiaToday.com. Could you please tell us about the news portal and how it will be beneficial for you?
Um, I didn't thought about making any benefit of that out of that acquisition, but we just acquired because the one who was running that website was in some difficulty, and they approached us that if you can help us. So I said I can help either way. If you can work, I can guide, and other ways you can hand over to us. So he thought he said that I cannot run this because now I'm running out of money and this is pandemic time. I don't have enough money to pay my people. So eventually we acquired that website, and now we are relaunching that website after rebranding. The rebranding work is in under process, and probably we will launch that website by 15th of August this month. So we don't have any much expectation in on that portal. If it gets good, we are happy. If it doesn't, we are okay with that, because we are not in running for money. So we are happy if site gets some visibility, or it just kept on like we are just focusing to create a regular kind of content on that portal. So if we produce content, we know that not today, but maybe after some time, a few months or few years, it will eventually bring some money and fame for us.
Great. For the Business Upturn, your new startup, it got 24 million hits in 2020. Do you always work forward with a target in mind? And if you do, is there any business target this year as well for 2021?
Oh, no. Like we are focusing on getting number of a particular number of hits. We have a benchmark that okay, let's try this number this year. But like that number is still like a miracle for us, because my team wasn't working that time for numbers, because we were very new, we were very fresh. We started in November 2019. So in 2020 we didn't know about those kind of stuff, like how to bring traffic or how to make money. So we kept on just working with a journalism, or maybe we can say a professional manner. We kept on doing news which are relevant to people and providing them information which they are trying to consume, or they are consuming on internet. We just try to serve what people are searching. So it eventually brought us some traffic, and people started following us on Facebook and Twitter, on other social media handles. Then eventually we realized, okay, so traffic, we can generate some traffic. So now this year we are trying to achieve a X number which we have set in our team internal matter, that we will be trying to focus to achieve this much of traffic for this portal. But again, now I'm not focusing on one portal, because since we have 15 plus websites, so I am personally focusing on each and every portal, but I know that it is not possible to get this much of hits on every portal. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So the last question, are you looking forward to starting a few more platforms like these in the near future or somewhat?
Yeah, like we have something in mind. We will soon come up with a portal in Australia and New Zealand, because we initially we thought to target 5 countries which English speaking nations, so which were UK, US, Canada, and Australia and New Zealand. So we already have a site in UK, US, and Canada. Now we are focusing on Australia and New Zealand. Probably by end of 2021, we will come up with Australia portal for sure. But we have lineup
Great,
for New Zealand also.
great. Could you also enlighten me with the journey you have started for the business upturn from the said November 2019 you started, and how your team helped you, and how all the process and all, how has it been? Has it been a good experience for you and for your team?
Yes, it's been a quite pleasing uh, pleasing time for us, because when we started, I know that we didn't had much money to start a portal, and we even didn't know that how much money we require. So a lot of people come forward to help me, like my branding person. His name is Sora Panigai. He runs a design studio called Decide Hub. So he helped me with understanding of branding, color corrections, logo, design of website, look of this website. Then a person called Sandeep helped me. He was editor in Hindustan Times for entertainment. So he helped me with understanding of content, how to create content, how we should frame content, how should we write headlines, what how headline impacts on Google. Then a person called Vinay Murarka, he was a hosting partner. So he helped me to understand that a person who lands on my website will stay only for 3 seconds. If we didn't show him any data, he will leave. Because basically Google suggests that if your website didn't load fully on within 3 seconds, the person will leave without seeing your content. So he helped us with optimization of website speed thing. So a lot of people helped me but without any expectation, because they knew that I am just starting this portal, and none of us knew that this can go on such a big scale. So those people are still with me on different partnerships or different collaborations with different portals. Like now, since we have a lot of portals, so we have new people joining us too. But these people are still with me, and like this journey has been very amazing, because I met personally around 30 editors who are now editors, 30 interns who worked under me, who learned from me, and now I am learning from them, because they are handling a lot of different genre sites and different location sites from different regions. So like my if I can name few, Ruchit, Disha, Lokesh, uh, these are guys who joined Business Upturn in 2020 first quarter, and they are still with me, working with me. So I made a lot of good people who are now working with me. Some of them left because they got a better job now, and I have a good content writing team of around 40-50 people. So we work like a family. Like Ishrar knows it very well, because he had been with us for a long time now, and it's just a good feeling. Like we have more than a commercial or business aspect. We have a great family which creates content, and we respect each other mutually. We understand each other. We help each other. Like if I say, let's say if my USA business editor is on leave for some reason, and I don't have any person to look after for content, so my Indian editor, who has worked from 9 to 7 p.m., from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., he still works for me from 8 p.m. to maybe 1 a.m. So I have such strong team and people with me who really believe in my vision, and they work for me. And very honestly, they work for me. So I just have a great family which helps me to bring this content, and they help me to create new portals. They give me a strength to create new portals. Like when I speak to people who are running one or two portals, everyone asked me that how can you get so much hits? We are doing this work from last 5 years. We haven't. What do? You have some trick? So I just told them that there is no trick. There is a very simple trick. You have to take care of your people, how they work. You have to support them in every manner. Like if my person is working from morning to night, then it's my duty to make him happy somehow with monetary benefit or personal hints, or to make him happy that okay, you have done fantastic work. We don't have money, but I really appreciate your efforts. It helps them moral because it gives them energy to work more and more for me. So if I'm just blessed to have this good team in my journey, like so far in 2021, if I've earned anything, I have a great team which creates content and which helps me to bring more portal, more content on internet. And recently we just had Google presence called, I don't know technically again you are sound or not, but there is something called Google knowledge panel. So just last 3 days back we had someone, I don't know, but someone I think created, I'm not very sure that if it is created by a person or it automatically appears on Google, but now Business Upturn has a knowledge panel which is beginning of Wikipedia. So my team is very happy to hear that because we were not thinking about that. Like we thought okay, we are doing fine and okay, is everything is going good, we will create more portals. Now this knowledge panel helped us to gain some strength that okay, now we can pitch in for marketing, because now since we are on Google knowledge panel, brands will acknowledge us, because otherwise if you approach a brand, they will not entertain you because you are nothing like starting a website. If you just say sir, we started in 2019 and we have done so good, they won't believe you because everyone understands experience matters. So 1 year experience nothing for them to give the contract. Or particularly a good brand will not give you a work unless they have a personal faith in you. Like they understand that okay, you are good people, you can create something. But now knowledge panel is there, so it help us to gain some confidence to pitch in for marketing. Like we can pitch in some brands now. Like it's in our pipeline. We are not very sure that how we will approach brands, but yes, we are now looking forward to approach brands because we have Google knowledge panel now.
Great to hear that. And sounds like a very friendly work environment and a great team. Um, so basically, the question answer segment is over. And is there anything else you would like to tell us or add to the other information or any feedback or anything?
uh no, but if you ask me about your website, there are a lot of things to be improved, which we can discuss later. But I think you guys are doing very good. I just recently visited your website and it's quite good, considering you guys are also new. So I hope you also achieve what we have done, because I really want people to do good in business, particularly news business. Like I'm helping some of daily publication, a daily paper, India's largest entertainment website. I'm consulting them unofficially to gain more hits. So I hope I just want everyone to do good in news industry, particularly. If anyone has any doubt, they can come up to me. Like and even like none of my teammates or either we are not looking for any reward or any money to help them, but we genuinely want to help those people who are working hard to generate news, to serve people a good information and correct piece of information. So this is what I want to say. If you are running a news website and you're having some trouble or or having trouble to run that website, come to us. We will help you.
Yeah, that's a great advice. All the information is so intriguing. And thank you, Mr. Sipani, for giving us your time and sharing your knowledge. And it's a pleasure to have a talk with you. Uh, Thank you, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Bianshu. Thank you.